Today's topic is the respiration. So here, firstly, known what is meant by respiration. Respiration is the process in which inhalation of the oxygen and exhalation of the CO2. Simply, we can say this definition. But here, the respiration, that is the psychological process by which an animal exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide with its environment, is the respiration. Then in next, the we can see that is a dog having the respiration, but while respiration it interact with other organ systems. So first one is here the digestive system. There are the four system. First one is the digestive, then circulatory, and in orange color there is the respiratory system, and last that is the urinary system. So firstly, that is the food, water are intake through the mouth and then comes into the digestive system for the digestion. And after digestion, that is the main content nutrients, waters and salt. It absorbs in the circulatory systems. Circulatory system having the blood, which circulate the blood. Blood having this content, that is the nutrients, waters and salt. And this circulatory system rapid transport to and from all living cells. This circulate through the blood, and then that is a equivalent arrow, that is the here the respiratory system, and here the urinary system. In a respiratory system, what happen, the oxygen is intake, and this oxygen then carry through the blood to the all organs. And here the respiratory system also the main eliminate, that is the CO2, that is the elimination of carbon dioxide. And circulatory system and respiratory system having the exchange of the gases, that is the oxygen and CO2. And lastly, that is the urinary system. That is the elimination of the excess water, salt and waste. These are the interaction of the internal organs. Then the basic of gas exchange. Respiration depend on the diffusion of gases, that is the oxygen and carbon dioxide, down their concentration gradient. Gases enter and leave the internal environment across a thin moist layer, that is the respiratory surface, that dissolve the gases. Then here the partial pressure denoted. Then respiratory proteins. Respiratory protein contain the one or the more metal ion that reversibly bind to the oxygen atom. Hemoglobin, an iron containing respiratory protein found in the vertebrate. Red blood cells. Myoglobin, a respiratory protein found in the muscle of vertebrate and some invertebrates. Next, that is the that is the invertebrate respiration. Integumentary exchange. Some invertebrates that live in aquatic or the damp environment have the no respiratory organs. Gases diffuse across the skin. Then fish having respiration take place through the gills. So here the gills, filamentous respiratory organ that increase surface area for exchange of the gases in a water. Then lungs Lungs are present in both the vertebrate and non-vertebrate. Lungs, sac-like respiratory organ with a branching tube that deliver air to respiratory surface. Snail and slug that spend some time on the land have a lung instead of or in addition to the gills. Here we can see snail with the lungs. That means here the snail are respiration through the lungs. Then next, that is the tracheal system. Insect and spider with a hard integument have a branching tracheal tubes that open to the surface through spiracle. No respiratory protein is required. Then book lungs. Some spiders also have thin sheet of the respiratory tissue that exchange oxygen with the respiratory pigment hemoglobin in blood. Book lungs. These are book lungs are only present in the spiders. Here we can see that is the insect tracheal systems, spiracle opening to the body surface. So these are the respiration process in invertebrate, and in this lecture we have seen that the what is in by respiration and how the interaction or internal organ are interact with each other while respiration, and lastly we seen that that is the respiration process particular in invertebrate.